Hey everybody, Pastor Ben here. I've just got a few announcements that are very important, so make sure you take notes and you put information in your diaries and into your calendars, and hopefully this will help just construct for you the coming weeks and what they look like. Number one, we've been speaking for the last few weeks around our Heart for the House offering. This is to go towards the renovation of the cafe, a bit of a redesign with inside the cafe. We're moving where the cafe bar is to a more effective and egress-friendly place, as well as extending the patio and raising it up to be cafe access, as well as larger out past the footpath. And so what we're saying here is, hey, as a church, we're coming together. Every year, we pick a project to help benefit the community through establishing a better building and a better stewardship of the building and just fixing things here and there. And so you would have been aware that each and every time you've come to church, you'd walk past what was the old patio, which has seen better days, and we are wanting to remove that and, with the permission of the district, build a larger patio and, like I said, renovate the cafe. Now, I know that's all the logistics behind it, and it's really good to know that information, but for us as believers and those who call Avant Life Church home, we're partnering with something here. We speak about legacy and we speak about inheritance. The legacy is who we leave behind, and that's our discipleship. That's our belief that God is raising leaders, that we're helping change the spiritual atmosphere of our church and the community around our church. But then there's also the inheritance, and we have a duty and a responsibility to be good stewards of what God has given us, the resources that they are, and the beautiful function they have to help us run church and do community engagement. And therefore we have to make sure that we're leaving an inheritance for the next generation. And the best way that we can look at this is that when somebody in the future wants to invite a friend, but they, maybe the church it's too full on of a scenario for them, but they can invite them to a beautiful, state-of-the-art, eye-catching coffee shop with great coffee, great, community, great sense of atmosphere. Wouldn't we want to make sure we leave that type of opportunity? And so that's what we're saying. This year, what we're doing is making sure as a church that our outward appearance, as well as our inward function as a missional church, is to increase the reachability of the cafe. So, doesn't matter, you might be like, I'm not sure how much to give. Make sure you go and you talk to God and you have that conversation. If you're married, have that conversation with your spouse. If you're not married and you're just single and you're looking for love, turn to God and ask God, well, God, if I give, you're going to give me a husband or a wife. I'm just kidding. But you just got to ask within your family function what you need to give to God and what He's asking you to give into this offering. And it's really important that you don't limit what He's talking to you about. So it doesn't matter how big or small your gift and investment into the Heart for the House offering is. What matters is your heart. What matters is your obedience. And what matters is us coming together in faith, believing that we're going to raise the amount we need to do the work. So make sure you do that. Number two, we have a shifting into service times. This is to help as we plan to launch our second campus in Squamish. Right now we run a 6 p.m. Saturday service and then 2 Sunday mornings, 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. And God's been filling them and they're growing and it's amazing. We're seeing new people called Avant Life Church home. But what we're going to be doing starting at our very birthday, our second anniversary as a church at the end of September, is moving to a 6 p.m. on Saturday, a 10 a.m. on Sunday, and a 6 p.m. on Sunday. These gaps between the services will allow us to align the services in Squamish so that we can better supply team and resource, as well as broadcast if broadcasting is needed, into proper time lots. And so what we thought is the best thing to do, instead of waiting till it's too late, we're going to start as a church getting it into our routine at the end of September. So by the time we, God willing, launch in the early 2021 of next year, Squamish campus in person, that our systems here have been readjusted and redone to best serve that campus, and we can work together in unity to make sure all that we need to do, especially with resource and team, we're being the most efficient and the best stewards. And so, as you know, that's about a month away now, so make sure you're continuing to pray into that. We're believing God is continuing to grow through Avant Life Church in these slight changes, but we're excited. It also allows each service to have time after the service to connect, to continue to build a more intimate community, and which we're excited about. Which also reminds me, our anniversary is going to be a lot of fun. Each service is going to spend some time celebrating. We're going to reminisce, and we're going to look forward to what God has got in store for us here at Avant Life Church. And number 3, I know this has been a long announcement, but I'm really appreciating the fact that you've stuck it out, is that we are starting up prayer teams to do prayer walks in Squamish, to pray over the city, to believe that God is on the move, and to make a difference in the spiritual warfare that comes long before any form of physical or logistical warfare. And so at the end of the day, we are asking each and every person. We've said this, it's not Pastor Ben and a bunch of merry men and women going out there, some leaders doing all the work. This is Avant Life, every part, every cell of the body, believing, operating, and you might not be able to build or renovate, but you definitely can sign up for one of the prayer teams and head out there one afternoon and pray over the city, pray over streets, pray over businesses, pray over the church building. And I'm just excited that as a church this time around, there's more of us to be to spread our numbers and make sure that we do even more in regards to the spiritual side of things. So get excited about that. Don't look at that like, oh, okay, I've got to do this. No, get excited. Be a part of the miracle, and let's see what God does. Church, be absolutely blessed. Pastor Emma and I absolutely love you. We're on holiday at the moment. We're back the following weekend, but for you right now, know that we are going to miss you. We're going to make sure that we continue to pray for you, but at the same time, pray for us as we take a time for rest, as we head into a season of growth and expansion as a church. We are absolutely excited to see what God is going to do in and through all of us. See you soon.